Welcome back. How you doing? It's still winter. It was -7 this morning and it's currently about 16 degrees outside, but we have great sun and we're gonna go out and do some chores. I'd like to talk to you today a little bit about how the dry off period is going and about mastitis. So that's fun. All right, here we go. Hi, Daisy. Let's see how Daisy's looking. Still pretty clean. Looks like she's starting to dry up her milk good. Carnation. Carnation's like, what are you doing? I'm a scaredy cat. Okay. She's also doing well. Hi, Rose. Look how fluffy they are when it's cold out. Hi, Rose. All right. They all seem to be going through the period pretty good. All right, this is a bag of aloe pellets. This is what they look like. Here's the bag for the aloe pellets by Dr. Paul Detloff. We also sometimes use a little bit of the arnica tincture, which is just a natural pain reliever on the first day or two when they're first drying up. And this is one of the immune boosters that we use. Again, we don't do things long term. So we do this a week at dry off, 2 weeks at calving, and then, hello Spud. And then also if there's any time that they're challenged, we'll do it for like a 3-day period. The non-milk cows are like, hey now. All right, I kind of policed the pack. And then this is how we get our shavings. And they're really nice and fluffy right now. And dry. So we used to get multiple buckets. Like, oh, this is a 5 bucket, 6 bucket. And then I thought, I need a bigger bucket. Oh. Well, I finished chores and I'm taking the dogsters. What could you possibly be hunting? For a little walk. And that's something we like to do every day. Now I'm gonna go inside and sit by the fire and get out some books and talk about mastitis. So Carly is a legit farm dog doing her job. Got a little pocket gopher. Back in the house. So let's talk a little bit about mastitis and why we're concerned about it in the dry off period. So mastitis is just inflammation in the udder, and it usually leads to a high white cell count or leukocytes, which you can pick up on a test for somatic cell count, which is SCC. So farmers and dairy farmers and milk people talk a lot about the SCC number. And usually any cow under, you usually want your cow to be under 100,000 SCC. A healthy cow is usually under 200,000. So what does that mean? It means that there's inflammation and the immune system is doing something about it. What causes the inflammation? Well, it could be some type of infection, a bacterial infection that can be from the environmental from the environment that the cow is in. The other is like a pathogen. So some of the pathogens are like a strep, a staph, things like that. Oh, let's look at a photo, a drawing of the mammary glands. This is like reading rainbow. So this book, this is one of the books that we have. It's a veterinary book for dairy farmers. It's from the UK, but it has this drawing of what's going on inside of the udder and all the various things that are happening and how milk becomes milk. Some of the things that can lead to mastitis are like we said, environmental things, pathogens. But how do they get there? Most of that stuff enters through the end of the teat. And this book, he talks about how, you know, that can be increasing and why. It has been shown that over the past 40 years, milk flow rates from the teat end have doubled from 0.8 kilograms to 1.6 kilograms per quarter per minute. And this increased flow rate has produced a 12-fold increase in susceptibility to mastitis. So it's not that that's the only thing that's leading to it, but you know, if you're not dealing with some of these other factors, I think that's why you could have more and, you know, maybe larger, higher producing herds. We have our standard Dr. Hubert Karaman and Dr. Paul Detloff. We like these books. They have sections in here on mastitis and specifically things that you can do. The Veterinary Guide for Farmers is from the 1960s. We like to get old books and see what they say. Some of the stuff don't follow, but they always usually have some neat things in there. This talks about treating mastitis, and it says probably one of the most helpful things in the control of mastitis is to have people handle them who like cows and are liked by the cows. This is true. And what we're looking for and the things that we do, and we've talked about this before, we, you know, switched to grass hay to reduce how much energy they were putting into making milk. We let that, so they would taper off. We got under 15 pounds per cow. And interestingly, this book said, once they're under 4 pounds, stop milking them. And we used Udder Fancy from Crystal Creek, which is an ointment, and it's got essential oils and things in it. And we used that the last week at the end of milking, as well as the aloe pellets we talked about, and just watching them bedding. Some people will talk about, oh, should you just milk them and then a little bit milk them and then milk them a little less? Or no, just get them to a good point and just stop them, because anytime you're messing with that udder, you're causing stimulation. Some other people talk about teat dipping for like a week or two after dry off. You know, it's in the winter here. Like I said, this morning it was -7. I'm not going to put any type of liquid on my cow's teats right now because they would just get frostbite. But the other thing, during the milking time, we have a system where they come in, we dry brush off stuff. We do a pre-dip with our iodine dip, and then we strip into our strip cup, which has a filter so we can see. We milk the cow. After we milk, we make sure that we don't leave on the milking unit any longer, because that also can cause damage to the teat ends. Afterwards, we post-dip, and depending on what's going on, you know, we'll put different things on. If it's early in lactation and they have kind of edema, especially if they're first calf heifer, you know, we'll use like udder mitt. And then there are things out there and protocols out there if you do have different types of mastitis. And if you want to learn about those, because I am not a veterinarian. Did I start with that? I am not a veterinarian. You should have a veterinarian and other like dairy farmer mentors. But both of these are good books for that, talking about different things that you can do. We focus really hard on everything revolving around the immune system of the cow. So their food, their bedding, their social behaviors, their, you know, access to the outdoors and light, and, you know, hugs. So I feel like our cows are doing well. I'm monitoring them. They have, Stacy milked them last on Friday morning. I milked them last on Thursday. So today was the first day of this week that Stacy was gone, that I didn't have to milk cows this morning. So that was nice. A little extra farm yoga time this morning. Oh, and time in front of the fire. So I feel like I've just been rambling. And if you're still watching this video, congratulations, you made it to the end. But I hope that you're having a good winter, and I hope that if you have cows that they're all doing well. And otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and we'll see you next time on the Tomarosa.